Hello, welcome back to the channel. A couple of videos I've got lined up for you today. The first one will be going through my camera equipment I currently use, and the second one will be going through the new DJI Osmo Mobile 7P, which is a gimbal designed for a Android or an iPhone. And I've seen some messages on YouTube regarding the Osmo Mobile 7P being used with a Samsung S25 Plus, which is the phone I currently use. I got the other week, so they work together quite seamlessly. There's a few bits, and someone's messaging me and asking whether they work together okay, and what is the difference between using an Android and an iPhone. So in the next video, or I'll link it up there or down here, that video is be looking at the Osmo Mobile 7P. This video is going to be specifically looking at the camera equipment I currently use. Over the last few years I've bought and sold different bits and pieces. I did a video a few years back on the stuff that I'm using, and that has really changed, to be fair. I've now got rid of all the GoPro cameras. I started off with a GoPro 9, 10, I've had 11, I went up to I think version 12, GoPro 12, I think there's a 13 out now. I got to about 11, 12, I had two GoPros for quite a while for fishing videos and action cam stuff. Great in the wet, great for vlogs when you're on holiday, etc., because of the waterproof, built-in waterproof features. But they started overheating a little bit, and I've got a bit fed up with them, to be fair. So I'm currently looking at another camera. What I'm going to do right now, I'm on my phone now, and I've got the phone facing the other way because I'm on the better lens, so I can't see what I'm doing. So just quickly, first of all, my main camera, and strange enough, I'm going to swap cameras now to this camera. My main camera, my go-to, and I've had this for a couple of years now, is the Osmo Mobile Pocket 3. I'm going to swap cameras around now and put the wireless mic on, and I'm going to put it on my favourite camera that I use most of the time for my vlogs, which is the Osmo Mobile Pocket 3. It's been out a year or so now, and I'm hoping the Pocket 4 will be a little bit of a bigger screen on it, have a little bit of a bigger screen, and maybe a built-in tripod. But I'm quite happy with it. It's been really great, this camera. It's a little bit delicate, but I bought the Creators Edition, which comes with extended battery here, you'll see here, and it comes with the DJI Mic 2, which is not compatible with the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P, which is a bit of a shame. But this camera here is great, and I've got this new little bracket on there. It's a magnetic bracket, magnetic stand. It's got the GoPro mount on the back there as well. Although I've sold all my GoPro cameras, I still sort of do like the GoPro mounts, and a lot of stuff is still like GoPro mount compatible, so I'm going to be using that now. So what I'm going to do, because this is my favourite camera, I'm going to swap over, put the mic on, or jump onto this, and then I'll bring the phone off. So I'll use that now. Got the little Arca Swiss mount on the bottom there, or Swiss Arca mount, and you can see that. Got a Swiss Arca mount on there, which I'll use on all my stuff. But I've got this new little adapter here. This is can be used as a stand. If you take the battery off, you can use that as a stand. That's also magnetic as well, and you've got the GoPro mount there. But anyway, let's swap round, take that off, put this on. We'll start using this because this is my favourite camera all the time, to be fair. Lovely little cameras. If you're starting out, this is the one you want. Recommended. That's better. I'm more comfortable inside here. I'm in my little shed, my little bar. I don't know if you heard it in the background there. Tell you what, let's put the mic on first. I did mention I was going to put the mic on. So let's connect this up, shall we? Right, we're back. We've got the little microphone plugged in and switched on. I had to reconnect it because I connected that to my phone the other day, a little while ago. Now, I was outside in the garden doing a little video. It's a sunny, nice sunny evening. Not quite summer yet, but unfortunately I was being attacked by bugs, flies and gnats. I could feel them all around my ankles. So I had to come in my little garden bar pub shed. So you'll see, please ignore, if you're watching this for like camera equipment and stuff like that, please ignore the booze behind me. This is not a booze video, well it might be later, but this is a camera equipment video. So as I said earlier, I just filmed, the first clip was filmed on my Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus, and I've also bought a gimbal for this now as well. Fantastic video on this. I'm into Androids. I know iPhones are great as well, but I've always had Androids, so that's what I've stuck with. And I recently upgraded to this because basically my old phone wasn't charging properly, and it was running out of memory. This one's got a little bit more memory, and these modern cameras now come with the 3 lenses. So you got close, middle and far or wide lens, etc. So, and a lot more memory. I bought a gimbal for that as well. I'll explain why in a minute. So I'm indoors now, get away from the bugs and flies. So the camera I'm using right now is my go-to camera. I always switch on to this camera. It's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I absolutely love. I bought the Osmo Pocket 1 years and years ago as a bit of a novelty, tiny little screen. I just could not get on with it, so I sold it. And then I got into GoPros, so I started using GoPros for quite a while. I think I had the 7 years and years ago. I think they brought the 9 out of the front screen, so I thought that's ideal for vlogging. I'm sure it was a 9. At one point, I think I had 3 GoPros. I started using them for my fishing videos. All the clamps, all the mounts. I've still got some bits and bobs left over, the chest mount and the hat mount and stuff like that, because a lot of stuff now, the GoPro sort of like mount has become a bit of a standard. But I've got rid of the GoPros now. I've sort of like been buying and selling bits. I'm not made of money. I can't really justify spending loads of money on camera equipment. So what I've done in the past, I've sold and bought, sold and bought, sold and bought. So I've ended up actually without an action camera at the moment. So I have no action camera whatsoever. I need to get an action camera soon before I go on holiday and before I start my fishing up again this year. The action camera I'm looking at will be the DJI Osmo Action, I think it's called, Osmo Action. I'm sure it's called the DJI Osmo Action. They got the 5 out, it will be the 4. I'm not sure there's a massive difference between the 4 and the 5. I always find if you buy the older model, you always get better value for money. And there's a few sales at the moment. You can also go on DJI's website. Little tip for you: look at their refurb section. DJI's website has a refurb section. Now, why am I going over to DJI? You might ask. Now, to be honest with you, I love the Osmo Pocket 3 that I'm using now. This is the Creators Edition, so it came with the extra battery and the microphone, I do believe. Nice little set, and it's a little bit delicate, but it's got, you know, it's a gimbal. It does 4K, 30 frames per second, which is what I predominantly shoot in now. It used to be 24, 25. Now I'm shooting in 30. All my stuff now doing 30, unless I do slow-mo. It'll be 60 or 120. It's easy maths for me. So first things first, let's go back briefly to the mobile phone. So I've got the mobile phone. First off the cuff, I'm going to put all links below for my stuff. You don't have to buy this stuff. It's just what I recommend. I've bought and sold bits for the last 5 or 6, well, I've been in photography for years and videography for a couple of years, so I've bought and sold bits and pieces, so I have spent far too much and sold far too much and lost money on bits and pieces. Although camera equipment does hold its value. I've got a couple of these tripods. This is the Manfrotto B3 tripod, and I've got the Manfrotto mount on the end with a Swiss Arca quick release plate there, so you just undo and do that up. So, because I've been using my mobile phone a little bit more lately, I discovered this. I can't remember the make of this. Oh yeah, Leap Lumni. I've done a little video on this before, I think. And it's got it's metal. It's got threaded tapped holes down the side here. It's got different size holes in the bottom. Your 1/4 20. I think it's 3/8 UNC or something. This is an aluminium. I mean, it's even that knob there. It just feels like soft and sprung loaded. It's got a lovely adjustable mount there. It just feels really, honestly, really well made. It's maybe a little bit overkill, but it's not cheap plastic. So I've just bought that the other. You can do, so you can have your phone in landscape or portrait. It really is a nice bit of kit, a lovely bit of kit. So if you're going to just use your phone on your tripod and you're going down this route, this mounting system, but I'll show you something else as well, because it's got some threaded holes in there, so you can also use that for other bits and pieces. So I won't put that away just yet. I'll put that back on the bar behind me. So I'm using that for mobile phone mount. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 I've just spoke about just now with the microphone. I got the Creators Edition, which is really, really great. It's got the gimbal and a case. I've literally just bought a new cage for it the other day, which was recommended on another channel. It's got a magnetic base on the back without the you can use it as a little stand as well without the battery on the bottom. Again, I've got a Swiss Arca plate on the bottom, that little screen plastic one as well, because it's slid on the tripod now. Tripods, I've got 2 of these B3 tripods. I've also got a monopod. I don't really use the monopod too much. These are handy, these little B3 ones, but one's in my studio, one I carry around with me, one's down my little bar. I've got an old one that the camera's sitting on now, a very old one.
and this is a little bit of a newer one, but the really new one is the one you want. The really new one, I do believe, I think the arm comes up and flips over, so you can do like your videography or photographs of your, if you're doing food videos or crafting or modelling or whatever you're doing. This one doesn't, so I have to sort of literally tilt the head over, which is not ideal. Does that tilt? Yeah, it tilts over like so. Again, I've got a Swiss Arca mount on that. So that's a lovely little tripod. So I've got two tripods, two Manfrotto tripods, and you can buy any tripod you want, but these are good quality. Two Manfrotto tripods and a monopod. The monopod, I can't remember the make of that. I've got a bit of a cheaper model one. I can't remember. I'll put a link below to one I bought. It's carbon fibre. Nice bit of kit for the money, but don't use it probably as much as they should. They're not as stable as tripods. GoPro. Chest mount I bought years ago. I've hardly ever used it, but I'll never sell that. I'll keep that because you never know. You can always... I've got a couple of GoPro mounts I've kept and other bits and pieces that I've kept, and I'll always put my cameras onto the GoPro mounts. It doesn't have to be a GoPro camera. It can be the DJI Oz Action cameras, the Osmo Pocket cameras. Most cameras you can get a little adapter for that. So I'll put that to one side there, and also I'll get it out of the way. I've got the head mount somewhere. Got the chest mount and the head mount. There you go, it's the head mount. Not really use that a lot because you can clip, or you can also get clips for your hats and that if you're wearing a hat. But anyway, I've got the chest mount and the hat, the head mount. Right, they're out of the way. Okay, back to DJI. Bought and sold a few drones over the years. Had the DJI Mini 1 and Mini 2, I think I had. I've gone back to a little cheap and, some will say cheap and nasty, but it's not. That is a great little drone. I think that shoots in, does it shoot in 4K? I think it shoots in 4K. Some people moan about the quality, but to be honest with you, for what you want for vlogging and stuff like that, this little thing's great. I've only recently bought a charger. I bought that on its own, really. I think that was 100 quid. Really, really cheap. But I got fed up with charging the batteries in the drone because I didn't buy the full kit this time around. I've bought the Fly More combos before where you get a controller, battery pack, the lot. £300, £400, £500. Went back to basics. This was really, really cheap. But I did just go and buy the battery pack the other day. And I think I got a couple of batteries. I can't remember how many. Can't remember how many I got with this actually. I think I bought the batteries extra. I think I got late delivery on something, and DJI gave me some credits, so I ended up getting a battery, and I've got the charger now as well, so I can charge all three batteries in one go. Haven't got a controller. Nearly bought a controller, and I have been looking at the controller with a screen on it, which I think is the better controller. I don't want a controller with my phone. I had them before. They're a pain in the backside, but the one with a screen. This little cheap drone, does it justify a controller with a screen? I'm not too sure. I don't think it does. Took this down the park the other day with my family and my grandson. We had some great fun with this. On the phone, because I've got a newer phone now, it's got a bigger screen. Using the phone is fantastic, and you can use the modes. Also, it's got modes built into it anyway, so you don't even need a phone. But if you do connect your phone to it, you've got the controls on the phone. So you don't really need a controller. So at the moment, I'm quite happy with what I've got. If you're doing fishing videos and vlogging, this is ideal, perfect. Another little mount for the DJI Osmo Pocket. That is the DJI Osmo Pocket official mount. It's a little clamp there, if you can see that. It clamps around the Osmo Pocket 3, but it only has basically a little clamp there. So it's pretty much redundant now. I've got the new mount that it's sitting in now. Right, elephant in the room, as they call it, the Sony ZV E10 or the Sony ZV E10. Lovely camera, lovely bit of kit. I'm contemplating selling this, to be fair. I don't use it enough. I've got the kit lens on there. I'm not sure what to do with this. It's a lovely, it feels great. It's lovely in the hand. It's fantastic quality. I've got a small rig cage on there. Or I think it's a Sennheiser microphone on top. I just don't warrant using it. I've got the small rig cage. And again, I've got the small rig cage for the Swiss Arca mount, or Arca Swiss, whatever way you pronounce it. I've used it a few times when I've gone fishing, when I'm set up the bivvy and get that up on the tripod, do some lovely, lovely shots with it. But I think if you know what you're doing with these smaller cameras, I think you can do some decent stuff with these small cameras, you know. Is that light peeing you off in the background there? I might turn that light off, that back one. Yeah, I might go and turn that off. Let's go and have a little look. This camera, I might sell it. It feels lovely in the hand. It's such a quality bit of kit. It's not a toy at all. I've got a small rig cage on it. It's got all the threaded holes in the handles for doing proper videos. I've taken it fishing a couple of times when I'm set up in my bivvy overnight on the tripod. But then I integrate the footage from this to other cameras. Is it worth it? I wonder what these sell for. So I'm tempted to sell this, get some money and buy the Osmo Action 4. And then have some money left over for some other bits and pieces. What do you think? Should I sell this? It's one of those things where you miss it. Will I ever buy one back again? I'm not sure. But I think I might get rid of it. I think I might. I don't know. I've got a couple of batteries. I've got a battery charge for that. I've got 3 batteries for that. GoPro lead, ignore that. Double mount. When I've been out and about, done a park before, I've done some camera tests and videos before. I use the double mount, so that's negligible on here really. Start putting this back in here. Now, this is lovely. I bought this, and everyone rates this. It's a small rig tripod. It's a small rig mini tripod. Let me turn that light off at the back, and I'll be back. If that makes sense. I think that's, is that a bit better? Hopefully, I've got the ceiling, I've got the light above you there, and I've got the one behind me sort of glaring, turned off.
Okay.
A little bit of lighting at the back, that's better. Right, okay, so the small rig tripod, metal, 3 little metal legs there. Nothing extends on this. It's not a selfie stick. You can undo that and turn this round. You can undo that and move this about, and you've got the usual mounts that I'm into at the moment there, look. Right, now, I hardly ever use this. I used it the other day with my phone set up and this thing. I'll show you in a minute. So that goes on there. That goes on there like so. Right, now it looks great. It's a bit heavy and bulky. That can sit on a table if you're in a restaurant or bar, whatever you're doing, or in your bedroom. I might not sell it, but it's pretty much redundant. I'll show you why it's pretty much redundant. Because before I did this video, I was sorted for all my bits and pieces. I've got drawers and bags full of bits and pieces. I'm trying to narrow it down and just trying to do a little video of the bits and pieces that I actually use and recommend. Now, I've got this. This is quite hard to get hold of. This is quite sort of well known in the videography industry, the YouTube industries, as it were. This is the Ulanzi MT73. Okay, it's plastic. It's quite well made. Rubber grips. A mount, what they call a cold shoe mount there, so you can put stuff on there, and you've got your little flexi head there. But I'll show you something else. Now, if you do this, as I said before, without using that, you can put that on there. Just screw it onto there. You got yourself a nice. Okay. Loosen that up. Let me just. I sort of only sort of worked this out the other day. It's lighter. You got a fantastic mobile phone holder. All right. Let me just straighten up. I'm a bit anal about that. Get all nice and straight. Right. Okay. This one here. Press the button. Tripod. All right. Even better. Selfie stick. So you pretty much. And also, if you want, obviously you can press that, if open them up. So, you can see that. You pretty much got your tripod, mini tripod with stand, selfie stick. Not super long, but that's, tell you what, that's so much handy if you're out and about. It's so much handier than that, right? Although that's quality, you're paying for the quad, but also it's heavy. It's quite heavy, and it doesn't actually extend or do anything. It's just a mini tripod for sitting in your desk in your little studio. This one, lovely little tripod. It's still got the little mount on top that you can use. Your standard, I think it's either 1/4 or 3/8, something or other. But maybe I should have done my research before doing this video. But as I say, it's got a little tripod at the bottom there, and you've got a selfie stick as well. Right, that as a little. So if you're into mobile phone videos or selfies for your holiday, that is a nice little bit of kit. I wanted to show you something else as well before I go too far. I have Manfrotto, renowned for the tripods and camera equipment. They're really, really, I think they're Italian, fantastic make. I have the Manfrotto mobile phone clamp. This is not it, by the way. I left that indoors. The reason I left it indoors was it's crap. It's rubbish. It's got a little clicky lever on it. Don't bother with it. It's a waste of time. This is just as cheap as you like. Ulanzi mobile phone holder. I can just about get the inner leather cover. I can just about get the Sony at a pinch S25 Plus in there. That's the Ulanzi mount, okay? If you look, you've got your threaded hole there. Obviously, you've got to undo it, you can't spin it. It's light as you like this is, right? It's got your threaded part there. You can see that, and a threaded part in the back. But obviously, if you use the back, you need to sort of have a swivel joint, ball joint. But that, again, is fantastic for... so you can literally take that off of there if you want. If that's a bit heavy for you, and go even lighter and use that. So that's one method of doing it. So that's Ulanzi, or Ulanzi, and this is Ulanzi. This is the MT73. I think they're quite hard to get hold of. They keep selling out, and I realise why. There's no clamps. You don't twist it, lock it, or anything. So there's nothing to sort of break. Lovely. So that's the mobile phone camera equipment I use. You can just throw that in your bag. Take that with you. If you want to down the, say for instance, I do little vlogs down the pub or down the river. I mean, I can just literally, if I wanted to, I'm probably going to start doing this actually. I'm probably going to start taking this with me. Sorry, I keep turning my back on you, put that in there. So I can take that and that. Like so. Alright, I might put that in there and show you for one moment. Oops, there you go. That's even lighter, right? And then you got your mount there. Don't forget I'm filming all this at the moment on my favourite Osmo Pocket 3, which is a tiny, tiny little camera. If you take the battery, I've got the extended battery on the bottom of it. If you take the extended battery off, that camera in itself is a little tiny setup. But if you want a mobile phone setup, Ulanzi MT73 and a Ulanzi little mobile phone holder. I mean, I bought that years ago. It still just about fits. It wouldn't fit anything bigger than that S25 Plus. I wouldn't have thought, with a case. There's a couple of mil either side, a millimetre either side with a case. That's pretty cool. I like that. Right, let's take that off of there. And then we're going to show you some more bits and pieces that I use if you're interested. Right, so that's that. As I say, I'm sorting all this gear out because I'm sorting it out for like a holiday coming up in the future, and I wanted to sell some bits and pieces. So as I say, sad to say, I might get rid of the Sony ZV-E10 or the ZV-E10, however you want to pronounce it. So I'm putting that in there. I've done the drone. Now, if I'm going to use this selfie stick, I bought another selfie stick the other day. Hopefully I've got it with me. I've got a standard DJI tripod, little tiny mini tripod, always worth putting in your pocket or your bag. That came with the Osmo Pocket 3, so I put that to one side. I hope I haven't left it anywhere, but I did have... No, I may have left it in. I'll tell you what, I've left it, so it doesn't matter. The reason I've left it is because I didn't need it. So, I did buy another selfie stick the other day. I can't remember if it's made by now, but this one here is by Telesin. Carbon fibre. Now, the reason I've sort of brought this one down is I left one back indoors in my little studio because I bought it the other day, and it's about the same length as that, really, but this has got the tripod, right? So you might as well leave the other one out of it. Keep that. Got that. If I want to go a little bit longer, I've got this Telesin thing. It's carbon fibre. It literally undoes and pulls out. There you go. You can see that. And it's got the threaded hole at the end there. It just literally pokes in. And I've said before, I think if you watch my video, it may not be your cup of tea, but I did a video when we visited the Warner Brothers studio tour of the Harry Potter tour of the studio. It's something like that. You can get up above the crowds, and this one's great. It's lightweight Telesin. It's not that expensive. You got the thread on the top there. 4 if you wanted to. Where are we now? As again, look, to go straight into there, and then you can go up. So you got yourself an even longer selfie stick there. But the disadvantage with this, it's longer, but you haven't got a tripod with this. You'd have to put some tripod legs on it, so you've got to carry the tripod legs as well. But my recommendation would be the Telesin selfie stick. I'll put a link below, the carbon fibre one. The Ulanzi clamp and that. You got the whole set then. I mean, if you really wanted to be silly, you could put that into there. Right. So you got the Ulanzi. I mean, you could extend that, but you don't really want to go mad. But then you could use the tripod like so, and then use your extended pole, etc. That's, you've got another little setup there. So really, all you want is these 2 pieces, I would say. So I'll save you some money there, because I've spent far too much on these bits and bobs. Right. What else have I got to show you? Right, now, I was sent this as a free gift by Telesin, I think. I did a little video on this. At the time, I didn't think it was that fantastic, because I've actually, it's even better now. I might buy another one. I've changed my tune now. But Telesin sent me this little case for the Osmo Pocket 3. And I thought, well, I'm not going to use it, because I always put my Osmo Pocket 3 in the case that came with it, the little plastic case that came with it. And it does rub the sides of it slightly. Now I've got this little cage thing on it with the mount. I can't fit it in there, but that will fit in with that cage in this. But what I did the other night, before I did this video, I sorted out some bits and pieces. Oh, nearly dropped it all. Sorted out some bits and pieces. And I thought, you know what, that is ideal as a little goodie bag. Look at that. So inside of here, I won't bore you with the details too much, but I've got all sorts of clamps. I've got me filters in there. I've got 2 ND filters for the Osmo Pocket 3. I've got some clamps there. I've got the little piece that comes with the Osmo Pocket 3. I've got a little mount there, which is a Swiss Arca mounting plate. I've got a little mounting plate with a GoPro mount that clicks onto the Osmo, the bottom of the Osmo, and uses. You've got the that clicks on. Let me just put this down. That clicks on the bottom of the Osmo Pocket 3, and then you got your little GoPro mounts there. Or you flap that down, and you got the, I think it's your 1/4-20 thread in the middle there. So this little case, if I can just sort of tip it over without tipping everything out, is ideal to store your Osmo Pocket 3 if you're not using the normal case. And also you put your little Allen keys and memory cards, whatever, up the top here. Or what I've done, I think I've started putting I've got a card reader up there and some Allen keys up there. That was the plan. So I'm actually going to go in a minute and buy, I want to treat myself, so I think, to another couple of these. I'll put a link again below to this, because what that does, look, it's just a handy little compact bit. You end up with little bits and bobs, so you can put memory cards in one, a little camera in the other, and you can even put, I think, no, it just does, I think that fits. If you turn that round like so, that even fits in as well. So you could literally put your Osmo Pocket 3 in there, put that in there as well. You've got a nice little kit, nice little set. Put your selfie sticks in there. That one doesn't fit, it's a little bit too long, but carbon fibre one. That is it for this video. Recently just bought myself an ND filter for the Osmo Pocket 3. I've got 2 ND filters already. I'll put a link to this one. This is recommended. This is better. This is a variable filter. If you're out and about using your Osmo Pocket 3 a lot, bright sunlight, etc., that is a filter for dimming it down a little bit, so you can do some more manual settings and stuff like that. recommended. So the other two I bought last year, not really using a lot, but this is the variable one. That covers everything for this video. I'm going to I'll probably do another separate video after this. I've just got hold of one of these I mentioned earlier. This is the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P. So turn that on like so, that turns on, and I'll actually just set it up quickly. But I'm not going to do a video on this, I'm going to do a separate video on this because it needs a little bit of playing about with. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to use my Samsung S25 Plus. The reason I bought this, it's fantastic. It's if I'm out and about without my camera, I've always got my phone in my pocket. I can put that in my pocket. It's got I bought the 7P one, which has got the tracking. I mean, the magnetic thing on this, I'll just show you. Once again, I'm not going to do a full video on this, but that on there, I've got the. Let's connect up, shall we? The reason I love this, right? It's connected. So the reason I love this, if I remember how to use it, really bit of kit. It's got it can hold your Samsung S25 Plus. I've got the module on it, so it's got tracking when I go into the app. You can press the button a couple of times to turn it around, spin it around like so. You can go from landscape to portrait, easy as that. Built-in light at the side. I think if I press and hold that, the light, the infill light, has got I think 3 different temperatures, and it's also got your scroll wheel here. All right. This can come off. This module can come off. It's magnetic and can be faced either way, depending on which way you're working with it. Different brightnesses there, if you see that. So, and it's got built-in tracking on it. Let me just take that off a minute. Turn it around the other way. Press a couple of buttons. Take that off. Go the other way with it. There you go, like so. So if I want to do, come on. There you go. Now if I turn that on now, so you got a fill light, like so. You got a fill light on it, built onto it, the module. That's a tracking module as well, so you do tracking, hand gestures. Got a battery level on there. I'll tell you why I like this as well. Another reason I like this, if you can see that, I think this will be integrated into the Osmo Pocket 4. Little tripod built in the bottom of it, like so. Also, what I like about it, I'll put that back in there a minute, get it muddled. I've not used it a lot yet. There you go. Built-in selfie stick as well. So if you want to go one further, you want to go away from the selfie stick I showed you earlier and the clamps, you can get something like this. Lovely little gadget, and that can actually, that's actually on a tilt. That can actually tilt like so. Alright, really good bit of kit, but put it down like so, like that. I can see the feel light now coming into its own, but look at that, look. There you go. Look at that. It was blinding me at the moment, but and I think you change the colour temperature. I don't remember how. Cool. There's a lot of videos on this already, so landscape. What I was meant to turn around. think it's connected, I'm not sure. I'm blinding myself now. As I say, this video is not on this at the moment. This will be another video, in a separate video. So I just want to show you all the camera gear I've bought and I've used over the years. What's good, what's bad, what I recommend, what I don't recommend. And the Osmo Pocket 3 is my go-to, and now my new phone. And action cameras, haven't got one at the moment. I will be getting, hopefully, DJI Action 4, I think. Now, the reason, I think I touched on it earlier, but I didn't finish my sentence, I don't think. The reason I'm going over to DJI Osmo stuff, the DJI stuff, sorry, is I love their drones. I love this Osmo Pocket 3, and I sort of try and want to stick to like a standardised menu system. I think the Action 4 and the Action 5, or the action cameras, the DJI cameras, got a pretty standard menu system, same as the Osmo Pocket 3 that I've got here. Pretty similar to the apps, the DJI Mimo apps, and the drone, etc. They've all got, and especially the cameras, not so much the drone, but the cameras, they all seem to have the same sort of menu system. Swipe left, swipe right, up, down, etc. So they seem to do the trick for me. I feel like it's great, look. I'm not going to do a quick demonstration of this just yet. That's be the video coming after this one. When I get some more time, probably at the weekend, I'm going to go through this and do some tracking. This is ideal for lives, etc. If I do my lives, I've started using my camera now, my phone, sorry. I've started using my Samsung S25 Plus for lives. Been working out really well, and I might put it into this and use the tracking module so I can do a little bit of moving about the bar when I do some lives. Anyway, that's all for now. Is that light on or not? I've got to try and remember what to do. That's cool, right. I've got to go out and use this a little bit. This is all new to me. So, okay, I love this. Right, that's all for now, this video. I just want to show you the few bits and pieces that I use and I film with. This is new, so quite newish. Yeah, it's cool. The next video, I think, when I get some time at the weekend, I'll go through this with the S25 Plus. So keep an eye out. I know someone on YouTube, a couple of people asked about this with the S25 Plus. This is the Osmo Mobile 7P. You can use this with your normal camera or video camera on your phone. You can use it with the DJI Mimo app, which it comes into its own when you use that app. But regardless, a lovely little bit of kit this is. But all the bits and pieces I've showed you so far, I recommend. Sony ZV-E10, not sure. Anyway, let's just light this up. And I'll say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. This is Johnny Boy. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll know a bit more about this first, and we can do some more playing about this, and we can might do a live with it. And I'll see you again soon. As I say, it's got a built-in tripod, built-in extension, pole, etc. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.